Hey folks, it's Charlie here, and I am joined by the Brisbane based Darling with a new song that's about to be stuck in your head for weeks. Trust me. It is TIAHN. How are we doing today?
Oh, the sun is shining. It's cold, but I'm warm in my little corduroys, so we're good.
Mm, that's the vibe. Like, if you go outside, it's boiling hot, but if you're indoors, it's freezing. We're making it work.
Yeah, I've got fluffy koala slippers on right now, so I'm cozy.
I love that. I love that so much. It's the vibe.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would love to start us off by asking you to introduce yourself and your sound to us, just in case anyone's watching who's like, I have never heard of this artist, but I think this is my new favorite song.
Absolutely. So I'm currently making like indie pop music. I love using horns and anything a little bit funky and jazzy as well. But the crux of who I am as an artist is I create sassy music. So I find that whenever I'm writing, anger is something that really gets me through a session. So I just put all my sassy thoughts that I would never ever say to anyone into song, and then that's kind of my music.
Yes. Oh, I love that so much. You've gotta have that sort of like release for those emotions. Like it's like I can't say this, but I need to get it out there.
Absolutely. And it's such a fun way of writing as well because it's all just like a little bit cheeky, a little bit sassy, and like not super serious either, which is fun.
Mhm. Oh, I adore that so much. And speaking of things I adore, your latest single, Woman on My Own Terms. I am obsessed with this. I've had the chorus like stuck in my head ever since the first listen. It is like it's kind of like a hype up song, even though it's coming from a place of like negative experiences that have been empowered into something positive. I love it so much. Can you tell us a little bit about Woman on My Own Terms and a bit about the message that you've contained within these lyrics?
Absolutely. So, Woman on My Own Terms comes from a place of an experience that I think a lot of women and people in general feel when being stereotyped and tried to be confined into like a certain box. Someone actually, I've had lots of experiences that have shaped this song, but someone was like, "Oh, what finishing school did you graduate from?" When I was just like being myself, and they're like, I was like, what the heck? What are you talking about? And yeah, so I kind of started writing this song about all of these experiences of, not wanting to cut my hair because it's not fuck the patriarchy. Sorry, am I allowed to
Yeah.
swear?
Oh yeah, go ahead. I agree.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so like all of these feelings that I realized I actually don't have to confine to any of these things. I can be exactly who I want to be. But I kind of battle with these thoughts like, oh, should I cut my hair? Should I wear that dress? Should I swear? Things like
Yeah.
that. So I put it all in a song, and it kind of turned into this anthem of like fierceness and empowerment. Even though there's all of these bad experiences, we can kind of come together and be like, no, I'm going to be who I am, and I'm going to be proud of that, and nothing's going to stop me. Yeah.
I love it so much. This is like the kind of song I wish I had more when I was like a little bit younger. Like, that like
Yeah.
real like teenage like turning point where you're like, wait, society wants this of me. Like that never goes away, but it hits really hard when you're like when you're young and you're trying to figure out your life. I
Yeah.
wish I could like if I could send any song to like my 13-year-old self, I wish it could be this one because it is so important. And also like it's such a fun listen as well.
Thank you. Yeah, I had a
I
lot of fun recording it as well.
Yes, it comes through when you're listening. It really does.
That's good.
I would love to ask then, what are you hoping that listeners can take away from this song?
I guess the biggest takeaway message is just to be yourself and be confident. To shut people down if they're trying to question who you are. So if someone's trying to correct a behavior, that is just like not okay, and you can be exactly who you want as long as you're a kind person. I think like as long as you're not being mean and an awful person, then like be who you are and be true to that and stand up for yourself in everything that you do.
Yes, Oh, I love that. That is such an important message to amplify. I love it so much.
Yeah.
And again, speaking of this song, it is so like sonically powerful. Like you're lyrically like sticking it to the patriarchy, but also like just to listen to, it is so fun. They've got like the pop goodness, a bit of kind of like country charm coming through. You've got a strong kick drum. It honestly, you can't sit still and listen to it like, like calmly and demurely. You've got to get up and be like, yes, okay, I'm in this. Again, so fun. Can you tell us a bit of the process of putting this song together and recording it?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've been working with Harry Verity. He's an absolute wizard with production, and it's a space that I've become very comfortable in, is his studio. So the brief for this song was, of course, fierce empowerment. And yeah, I wanted that strength behind it because I think the lyrical message is really important, to not come across like I'm kind of whimpering, but coming across like, yes, let's go. So yeah, we recorded it in his studio. We had Trevor G on drums, who also plays in my band. So that was super fun. And yeah, it was honestly a really, really good experience for this song. We just flew through it. I got in and did the vocals. And I don't know, there was something came over me and I was like, the empowerment was there. I was singing, we're just going take. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I love when songs like they were just meant to be. Like, the process, they just like come out. It's so cool.
Yeah, it's so fun. Such a good feeling as well. Like I remember sitting on the couch after the last vocal take session, and I was just sitting there and I was like, yeah, this feels good. This feels right. Stoked.
That is so cool. I would love to ask if there was any like musical inspirations or influences behind this track because it feels like it sits really well, not in a way where it's like I've heard this before, but in a way where it perfectly just like fits into like my playlist and everything I'm listening to.
I love that. Yeah, so I guess I take a lot of inspiration from people like Remy Wolf and Lola Young, and Ash, and there was quite a few Ariana Grande references for this song as well, because I think like she just has this power anthem behind her, that we took a bit of inspiration from as well. So yeah, it was fun kind of referencing some of those songs because I think, yeah, I can imagine it on like an International Women's Day playlist, like, all the females are there, like, woo, let's go.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can see that now. I'm like next year when International Women's Day rolls around, I'm sending off those emails like, "Hey, spice up your playlist with this song."
I love it.
Oh, honestly, such a good song. And speaking like of the lyrical story in this song, I want to have a little chat about our beloved music industry because unfortunately it's not always the most inclusive space for female artists or young women or like gender diverse folk that don't fit like, the real stereotypical like man in a rock band or like man with a guitar and a man bun and a moustache type of bill. And like from male dominated lineups or people just like not treating women with the respect they deserve in this industry, it can be a real nasty time for someone starting off or even people who've been in the industry for years. I know when I was young, I started doing a lot of like younger, I'm still young, I'm not taking that away from me. But I started like doing merch gigs and like selling merch for bands, and people would always come up to the desk and be like, "Oh, so which one of the band members are you dating?" And I was like, "I'm 10 years younger than them and I'm being paid to be here." And it's just like a real like I've had a lot of experiences where it feels like people don't value you in the industry unless you're connected to a man in some way through it, which is real dodgy. But I want to ask, again, if this is something you'd rather not talk about, perfectly okay. But I'd like to ask about your experience in this industry and if any of these were really guiding towards this song.
Yeah, I think I've had quite a few of those experiences, especially doing cover gigs, where there'll be a man who just thinks that they own the place. Like I remember, I think I was in uni and I was playing at the uni bar or something, and I was before this guy who was playing after me, and I was like, my set was an hour, so I was playing for an hour, and he like storms on the stage while I was playing, and he goes, "It's my turn for my set, you need to get off." And I was like, "Oh, actually, like I finished at 4, so I'm still going."
Yeah.
And like it's just things like that that constantly happen. I think especially I've noticed in the cover gig scene. I haven't experienced it as much in the original scene, but I'm sure it's still quite prominent. But yeah, there's just, I hate when people think that they have this priority over you because of their gender or because this and that. Like, it's just not the case. And I think, yeah, that's another really important thing about this song is just like stand up for yourself and know that you have the right to hold space exactly where you are and be who you are.
Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, it's like it's refreshing to hear that you haven't had that experience so much with your original music because it feels like every like different person you speak to, every woman and every like gender non-conforming musician I've spoken to has a story like this. And
Yes.
this shouldn't be normalized. Unfortunately, it kind of is. Like everyone has a story, everyone has an experience. And we shouldn't. Like, this shouldn't be something that everyone's going through. I would love to maybe ask, I know this is way out of my depth and way out of yours, but do you think there's anything that can be done to kind of like make music spaces more equal and stop getting these men on their high horses and bring them back down to earth beside us?
Yeah, I think I've seen a lot of initiatives where it's female only lineups or representing people, and I think that that's a really great start to kind of take back the space and be like, okay, no, actually we deserve to be here as well, just as well as you. I think, yeah, just like if you have a voice and you're able to kind of speak about it, because there's so many times where people just won't mention it or kind of just brush it off, and it's like if we keep on kind of doing that, then it's just always going to remain the same. So we have to really be like the power and the voice for people that maybe can't be the voice as well.
Yeah, I think it's so important. Like, obviously, like if you're not ready to speak about something, you do not need to put yourself out there. But
Absolutely.
if you're ready to speak about something and to use, whether you're on stage to 5 people or you've got 5,000 followers online or more, some of these local musicians are doing crazy things and it's so cool to see. But like no matter what your platform or your reach is, it's always important to tap into these messages and look out for the people you're playing on stage with, or look out for the people in your crowd, because why wouldn't you? If you've got that platform, you should be able to do something.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's really important as well. If you can, do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, on your note of like, there's more inclusive lineups, there really is. There's some amazing local things happening and some amazing like local pages and local like festivals and things to support. I know I think it was November last year, I went along to the first time a festival was running called Undertone Festival in the Gold Coast, fully female and non-binary lineup. It was like a lineup that I felt was made for me because it was all my favorite artists, and it was the best like day/night of music I've been to in so long. Like,
I love that. And I feel like you feel the difference in the audience as well when you're just attending one of those gigs. Like the vibe, it's just like, it's just the girlies. Like, let's go.
it's such like a wholesome and much safer space as well.
Absolutely.
Like you can let your guard down and not be absolutely terrified that something bad could happen the whole night. Yeah.
So cool.
Well, I'd love to like kind of change this to a bit of a positive tone now and ask if you have any advice, given like your experience in the music industry and putting out this song, if you have any advice to any like female artists watching this interview who are like at any stage of their career really, but a lot of like, I know a lot of people who are starting off in the industry, starting off their first few live gigs, would you have any advice to them watching about being themselves and authentic and not listening to those men in the stages?
Yeah, that's a really good question, actually. I think like it takes time to be really sure of yourself. But I think finding people around you that support exactly who you are also helps to be more confident in yourself as well. Like I've got a lot of good friends that just
Mm.
make me feel like I can be exactly who I am and there's no question about it. And yeah, getting some like role models that are maybe like a little bit more out of the box, that do things that people question, because then you can kind of look to them and be like, oh well, they're kind of doing this crazy thing, or they're doing something a little bit different, so maybe it's okay if I do it as well. And like,
Yeah.
yeah, just spend time with yourself before being in the public eye. I think like I've done music, another project before this that I think has really shaped who I am today as an artist. And I think that is really important to who I've become now, being
Mm.
the bright, colorful person I am.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, because it just, you just kind of go through these journeys, and I've found my voice, and it's been fantastic. And I think, yeah, to go through that journey and try things out, try a new outfit out, try a new song out, give it a go and see what happens. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. That's honestly like it's also so true for like people outside of music as well. Like that stands so universally and it's so important. Thank you for sharing that.
Of course, thank you.
Yes, and I really hope that this song, Woman on My Own Terms, can reach a broader audience and can reach the people who truly need to hear it. And to help it get there and to help more people be able to hear this song and hear this message that you're putting out into the world, I would love to ask how we can best support you as listeners, as fans, as people who literally had this song come up in a playlist for the first time and have gone, oh, actually, this is really cool. How can we best get the word out about this song and best, yeah, support you to keep making more music?
Yeah, I guess I'm still a pretty new artist on the scene, so like shares and follows and things like that is so helpful. Yeah, just like following my Spotify or Apple Music, things like that. And I encourage people, if you have a story, you can share it with the song and tell me like an experience that you've had, because I think like opening up the conversation and the dialogue about things that we've experienced can unite us and create this beautiful community that I think is really important and that I'd love to have as an artist as well. Yeah, but yeah, just share and follow. And yeah, I'm making a lot of new music at the moment, so there's more to come as well.
That's so exciting. I love that. And speaking of like new music and local artists, I would love, love, love to close off our chat today by having a glimpse into your playlist and hearing which artists in our local scene or in like, the broader Australian music scene that you've been listening to lately and absolutely loving and you think that we're gonna love as well.
Yeah, okay, cool. I think I've been listening to a lot of Juno since they've
Mhm.
released their latest work. Some Bella Amore. I think Hazel May is like my bestie, and I'm so proud of all of the work that she's ever done. So be a Hazel May stan is what I got to say. And I've really been loving Alzie's new song, Glide. I think you
Yeah.
should give that a listen as well, because it always gets stuck in my head. I'm just like walking around the place and yeah, I think yeah, like there's been so many cool people just doing cool things. So look
Yeah.
out for your local artists and support them as best as you can, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And like also the pop girlies are killing it lately. Like
Yes.
I I feel like as much as people are like criticizing Australia for not platforming like on a broader scale, not platforming the pop girlies, not platforming pop music as they should be, there is
Yeah,
some amazing pop music being released in our local areas. Like take a
absolutely.
walk around the streets, have a look online because I have like a full playlist of this year that's 99% local pop from Brisbane, and I love it so much.
So good. Yeah, the pop girlies are slaying it at the moment. It's so good to see. Yeah.
Mhm. I love it. I'm just waiting for the day there's like a chart takeover and it's all the little local pop girlies. It's gonna be like, that'll be my Christmas. That'll be the best day of my
Yeah.
life.
We can't wait to see it, honestly.
And it'll happen if you keep listening, keep streaming, purchase on Bandcamp if things are up there, because we're going to make this change happen.
Absolutely. Every little bit helps.
Yes. Oh, I love it so much and truly, truly love Woman on My Own Terms. I just also want to say thank you for sharing that song with the world. I know it's a personal message as well. So it's a
Yeah.
bit scary sometimes to be like, hey, I'm ready to like put this in a song. But it is so, so important that you have, and it's going to help so many people, which is so special to think about. And I'm so happy it's out there, and I'm so proud that you've been able to put this into a song that sounds so good.
Ah, thank you so much. I'm literally so excited. And like, yeah, I didn't mention before, but I've got a music video coming out with it. And it's like, it is the most badass I've ever felt. Like, we take back the power, and I had 20 women extras come in and be part of it. And like, yeah, I think it's something that it felt so nice and so good to like have a really strong message for people that needed it.
Yes. Oh, I'm so excited to watch that, because that's another thing that's so important is hire women in like the local fields, in whether it's a music video or a photographer you're looking for, or no matter what scope you're looking for, whether it's someone to like play an instrument on your song or produce something, any job you're looking for, if there's a man who can do that job, I can 99% guarantee you there's a line full of women right behind them waiting for their opportunity.
Absolutely. Get them
Yeah,
on board.
absolutely. Every job that you're hiring someone to do is another job that can work to like evening the gender divide within the music industry. So it's so
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah, so cool.
Well, thank you so much for making the time to chat about this new song, because I genuinely mean it when I say it has been in my head. I love the fierce energy and the bit of sass, that like the feeling that you can stand up and march down a street playing this song and like you'll feel invincible for those like few minutes of the song. I love it.
Oh, that's so special. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, absolutely.